Hello dear students, today we will begin with the third unit 3.1 Silver, a poem written by Walter de la Mare. Before we begin with the poem, let us see something about the poet. Let us know a bit about the poet. So in brief, Walter de la Mare was born on 18th April 1873 in England and he died in 1956. He was an English poet, short story writer, and novelist. The poem Silver was first published in 1913 in his book for children, Peacock Pie. He is best remembered for his work, The Listeners, a poem. This poem was voted 63 out of 100 poems as the nation's favorite poem in 1995. Now about the poem, though the poem seems very simple, there is a lot of depth in the poem. This poem Silver is a sonnet, and a sonnet is a 14-line poem. A 14-line poem is called as a sonnet. In this poem, the poet describes the moonlight falling on the earth, making everything appear silver. Just like the sun, the moon is also important for us. It gives us light at night. As we hear the name of moon, a lot of things come in our mind. In India, the children call it Chanda Mama, and a lot of stories, myths, poems, and songs have been made on the moon. Some describe it as a man and some describe it as a woman. In the poem Silver, the poet describes it as a woman. Because of the moonlight, everything on the earth appears silver in color. It is a very calm and peaceful poem. So let us move on to the poem. This was about the poem, what we are going to see in the poem, and now we will proceed stanza by stanza. Slowly, silently, now the moon walks the night in her silver shoon. First, let us see the meanings. Here, shoon means the shoes. So, here the poet starts the poem by describing the progress of the moon through the sky. At night, the moon has slowly and silently walks the night in her silver shoes. So here the poet is directly comparing the moon with a lady because the word her is mentioned. Her silver shoe by using the word her, and says the moon, who's a lady, is walking at night in silver shoes. Here silver shoes is not exactly silver shoes, but it is silver moonlight. Now moon means the lady is going sometimes this way and sometimes that way. Okay, so here in the first two lines the poet has described that the moon is slowly and silently moving in the sky. Now moving in the sky means, if you have observed, the position of the moon keeps on changing in the night. Like it seems as in just like the sun, it is near the horizon and gradually it comes up at 12 o'clock the sun comes at 12 o'clock above our head, and then again it starts setting in the west. Similarly, the position of the moon is also not fixed throughout the night and it keeps on changing. So that changing in the position is referred to as the moon is walking in the sky wearing a silver shoes, because he is giving silver light to us, or it is emitting silver light, so it is referred to as wearing silver shoe. This way and that she peers and sees silver fruits upon silver trees. Now here pierce means to see. So here the poet is saying that when the moon or the lady is walking through the night in the sky through with wearing silver shoes, that time that lady or the moon is going sometimes this way and sometimes that way. It means it looks like it is going here and there because of the clouds and the winds, and sometimes we feel that the moon is moving very fast from one place to another. Now sometimes it is because of the clouds also, the clouds move, and because of the clouds it seems as if the moon is moving and not the clouds, but it is an illusion. Illusion means it is not true, it appears so, it seems so. And when she sees on the earth, which means that when the moonlight falls on the earth, the trees and the fruits appear silver in color. This is all because of the moonlight. One by one, the casement catch her beams beneath the silver thatch. Now casements means window. Beams means the rays, and thatch means the roof. So as the lady, that is the moon, moves upwards, its light is reflecting on the window and roof of the houses. See children, during the night, this is the image you can see wherein the roofs you can see are shining in silver color. Here because of the light we cannot see the windows, but here you can see how the trees appear in the night. They appear to be silver in color, and here you can see because of the moonlight everything is appearing silver in color, especially the here you can see the part of the roof, it appears silver, and here you can see there is a snowfall, and because of that snow more light is reflected, and therefore the snow appears more silver in color, and also you can see the windows here which appear silver in color. Coming back to our poem, moving to the next stanza. couched in his Couched in his kennel like a log, with paws of silver sleeps the dog. Here the meaning of couched is to sleep. Kennel is the dog's house, or so you know the meaning of kennel. It is a dog's house. The shelter of the dog is called as kennel. And log here means log means a piece of wood, a long piece of thick wood, you can say a part of trunk. So as So at the night, a dog is sleeping in the kennel, and when the moonlight falls on it, it looks like a piece of wood or a log. But as the moon moves upwards, its moonlight falls on the paws of the sleeping dog. So let me show you. So children, here you can see that when the dog is sleeping, it appears as it is a piece of log. If you can see here, see this is the dog, but it looks like a piece of wood. and in the moonlight we can see that his paws appear silver in color and they are shining. So when the dog is sleeping in his kennel, his paws and his face is outside the kennel, which we can see in the moonlight. So here also you can see this much part, this part is visible. Sorry. See, this part is visible outside the kennel and this remaining part is inside the kennel. So we can see only this part from which is outside the kennel, and that appears like a piece of wood or a log. Also the parts which are visible is his head or face and his paws, which the poet has described in the poem. So when the moonlight falls on the sleeping dog, the paws of the dog appear silver in color. See, here you can see they appear silver in color because of the moonlight. The moonlight makes everything of silver, or silver is not just the color but it means precious also. You must be knowing that amongst the precious metal it is gold and also silver. So silver is one of the precious metals, and it is also used silver to describe the preciousness of the thing. So we can say that the moonlight is making everything precious. Moving ahead, from their shadowy coot, the white breasts of dove in silver feathered sleep. So here shadowy coot means a nest which is under shadow. Means coot means nest and shadowy means which is under the shadow. So here the poet is saying that here the poet is describing the nest. So here children, you can see the poet is describing the nest which is under the shadow, and this nest is the shelter of the dove, and they are sleeping there, and the white feathers of their chest are visible because of the moonlight, and because of the moonlight these feathers appear silver in color. The poet says that the dove have slept soundly in their shadowy nest. Moving ahead, next stanza. The harvest mouse goes scampering by with silver claws and silver eye. So here children, now the poet is describing the moon which lives in the field where the crops are kept. The mouse is walking very silently from one place to another at night, but the moonlight captures the scampering harvest mouse. Scampering here means walking silently. And harvest mouse means a species of mouse that lives in the field. It eats the food grains, and generally it comes out in the night, and it walks over the crops in the farm, and it eats the food grains. And the word claws here means the paws, the feet part of the mouse. So the moonlight captures the scampering mouse, the mouse which is moving around here and there. It captures because of the moonlight. Although it is moving very silently, but because of the moonlight, it is quite visible. And which part of the mouse are visible? The moonlight, because of the moonlight, the claws and the eyes appear silver and they shine, and therefore it is visible. Let me just show you. So this is the picture of a harvest mouse. You can see it is eating the food grains, and see here in this image you can see that because of the moonlights, its eyes are shining, and here are its claws which also shine because of the moonlight. So his silver claws and silver eye also means its claws and eyes are very sharp. Here the poet wants to say that his claws and his eyes are very sharp. Moving ahead to the last stanza. And motionless fish in the water gleam by silver reeds in a silver stream. Here children, motionless means moveless, and moveless fish in the water gleam. Here moveless means motionless or still, not moving. Gleam means to shine. Reeds is a type of water plant or grass which is found in the water, and stream means a small river. So now the poet is describing the fish which is still or motionless, probably because it is sleeping in the night in a small stream of water. Although it is night, still it is visible because of the moonlight. The water is shining. The water is shining, and you can see because of the moonlight the water is also shining because of the reflection of the moonlight, and so the motionless fish in the water is also visible. Not only the small stream of water is shining, but also the reeds, or here you can see the growth of the grass or the water plants, which are also shining because the moonlight is falling on that and it is shining, and because of the moonlight it all appears silver in color. So we can see that the water, the fish which is still, which is motionless, and also the grass or the water plants which are there inside the water are also shining because of the moonlight. So here we come to the end. So here we come to the end of the poem. We have discussed all the stanzas, and here we can uh, conclude that everything on the earth has an impact of the moonlight. So we can see that everything on the earth has an impact of the moonlight. Not only the moonlight but also the sunlight. The impact of sunlight is golden and the impact of the moonlight is silver. So during the sunrise or during the sunset, everything appears crimson in color, which can be compared to the golden color. Also during the daytime, everything shines with a yellow tinge into it, so it appears golden. And during the night time, because of the white moonlight, everything appears silver in color. So here is the image which shows you the picture of the night. You can see because of the moonlight everything appears silver in color. So here is the poem. We have come to the end of the explanation of the poem. I hope you have understood it. So that was the beautiful poem Silver, wherein the poet has described that everything appears silver in color, or everything appears very precious or very beautiful in the moonlight during the night. So poet has described so many different things like the thatch or the roofs, the windows of the house, the trees, the fruits, then also the dog which appears like a piece of log, and his paws and eyes appear silver in color. And also it has shown that the doves which are sleeping in their shadowy coot or the shadowy nest. Also their chest, on their chest, the white hair or the hair on their chest, feathers on their chest appear silver in color. Then the harvest mouse, which moves around slowly here and there without making any noise, is also captured or also visible in the moonlight, wherein his claws and his eyes shine because of the moonlight. Also the still motionless fish in the water shines, the water also shines, and the reeds or the water grass in the small stream also shine because of the moonlight and appear silver in color, and it makes and the moonlight gives it a very precious touch, a very precious feel, because it shows or it appears that everything is silver in color. So here, that is the end of the poem. That is what the poet has to say about in the poem Silver. Thank you so much, children. I hope you have understood the poem. Thank you so much.